Hello, who's your fans, who's your haters, and everyone in between. This is the Crimson Coliseum podcast. On today's episode, I'm going to be going a little bit deeper into the IU athletics department because I'm going to talk about IU baseball and IU softball. And I've been planning to do this for a while. It's just that once we got into the winter break and all that stuff, I got burnt out and I needed a break, and work was just slamming me with during retail Christmas time. It was not fun. But now it's time to go over these teams I should have gone over months ago. We're about probably in the home stretch for both of these teams. Baseball has 18 games left, softball has 9 games left. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And we're going to start with baseball. And baseball has been struggling this year. They haven't been able to really reach the expectations that they wanted to. They're 20 and 17 right now and 10-8 in conference play, which is good for seventh. And I don't know, it just seems like something that they probably shouldn't be. They've lost some series that they probably should have won. Uh it's not been great for them. But going deeper into the men's team statistically wise, if I can find the friggin' document. Offensively, it has not been a struggle for them. They are first in the conference in hits with 384 hits, first in runs at 324, second in batting average at 303, fifth in on base percentage at 419, second in slugging percentage at 520, OPS, which is second at 939, which is a combination of on base and slugging, second in home runs at 61, first in RBIs at 97, second in walks at 205, and seventh in strikeouts at 258. They've been an offensive machine, but it seems like they're like the Indiana Pacers last year, where they had a high-powered offense and the defense really wasn't helping much. Defensively, they have a team earned run average of 5.71, which is 12th in the conference, fourth in strikeouts, which is at 310, 160 walks given up, which is tied for ninth, 324 hits given up, which is tied for 11th, 224 runs given up, which is 11th, 198 earned runs, which is 11th. Home runs is at 37. Home runs given up, which is at 37, which is 12th. Opposed batting average is 267, which is ninth. And then the whip, which is walks and hits per inning pitch, is at a 1.55, which is 10th. And you could really see it based on the player stats. And I'm gonna try to go based on what looked like the lineup, the main lineup, with some of the bench players that had 50, or more than 50 at bats. So starting out is Devin Taylor, left field. He's a junior, probably his last season with the Hoosiers because he's probably going up to the big leagues. He's been projected to be in the first round, first 2, 3 rounds in the MLB, and wouldn't be shocked if he gets drafted. He is top 10 in the Big Ten at batting average with a 365. Top 10 in at bats at 148. Top 5 in runs at 45 and hits at 54. Top 10 in home runs at 11. Top 10 in RBIs at 41. Top 10 in slugging percentage at 662. Top 5 in walks and 33. He has been struck out 19 times and has an on base percentage of 481. He's also stolen 7 bases, which is most on the team. And it's just same old Devin Taylor. He's probably been a little bit of a down year because I thought he probably could have competed for Big Ten Player of the Year this year. But in that leadoff spot, which he started getting last year, I think he's been serviceable enough and been able to start games off strong. And now probably the big surprise is Corbin Dickerson from playing center field, redshirt sophomore, 35. 350 in batting average, top five in at bats at 163, top 10 in runs at 43, leads the entire conference in hits at 57, top five in home runs at 15, and also leads the entire conference in RBIs at 58. Top 10 in slugging percentage at 712, has 17 walks, 29 strikeouts, has an on base percentage of .409, and has three stolen bases. And being second right behind Devin Taylor probably means that he's going to have someone like getting in scoring position or someone on base anyways. So he's been able to take advantage of a lot of extra base hits trying to stop the best player on the team. Probably the best freshman on this team and one of the best freshmen in the conference, Jake Hanley at first base. A 352 batting average, top 10 in at bats at 145, 36 runs, and top 10 in hits at 51 hits, 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, a slugging percentage of 545, 23 walks, 32 strikeouts, an on base percentage of 451, and also added a stolen base. And he's holding it down strong with that top three is a strong top three for this team. You can't with an offense as high powered as this, getting all three above a 350 or above batting average, and 50 hits above 50 hits for each of them. You can't ask for anything better than that. Going into the second three, Tyler Cerny on second base. The junior is averaging 272. It's still probably a little low for his standards. 136 at bats, 36 runs, and 37 hits. 8 home runs, 27 RBIs, slugging percentage of 544, 11 walks, 25 strikeouts, an on base percentage of 380, as well as 5 steals. And this is probably a little bit of a down year as well for Cerny in his junior year. He's probably got one more year to develop into something really good because he's probably going to have to get into that first inning group. But Cerny has been a consistent piece these past 3 years in Indiana. There's not much you can ask for. Another good freshman, Cooper Malamazian. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I could be completely wrong. The shortstop, he's a freshman, averaging 330 batting average, on 97 at bats, 26 runs on 32 hits, 3 home runs, 27 RBIs, a 567 slugging percentage, 11 walks, 25 strikeouts, and a 412 OPS on base percentage, including one stolen base. And I think that's a pretty good rookie. That's freshman year. I mean, it's not going to be Hanley, but being in that five spot and having to like having to be right next to your partner in Tyler Cerny on second base probably is a major help for Cooper. And then the designated hitter spot at the sixth position, Joey B. I'm not gonna. I think it's Brenchewski. That's the only time I'm just gonna call him Joey B. Joey's the redshirt sophomore, averaging 313 with 80 at bats, 21 runs on 25 hits, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs, a 425 slugging percentage, 15 walks, 23 strikeouts, and a 457 on base percentage. And like looking through this first six, you can really see why this team is offensively good because only one of the top six has over 10 runs less than hits, and that's Hanley, and he's top 10 in hits in the conference. Like whenever they're getting on base, they're getting home. They're gonna find a way to get home one way or another. And now Cooper, for a freshman season, it's outstanding, is what you want to see. And that's one thing that I've really liked from the hitting staff is that they've been able to develop guys quickly. Because like you got in the top nine, in the first nine, like in the starting lineup, you've got two redshirt sophomores, a true sophomore, and three true freshmen, and they're all contributing to a really high-powered offense. And that's just what you like to see offensively. And we'll go into the defense and the pitching staff in a little bit and how concerning it is. But on third base, the last of the three freshmen, Will Moore, 310 batting average. All three freshmen are hitting above 300, which is you love to see it. 71 at bats, 17 runs, 22 hits. Again, getting close to the amount of runs and hits. One home run, nine RBIs, a 366 slugging percentage. Little low, but freshman. He's making contact. That's the important thing. 20 walks and 13 strikeouts, which is the second guy so far that I've seen that's had more walks than strikeouts. And then a 505 on base percentage and two stolen bases. Also, Joey B is also stolen two bases. Forgot to mention that part. And he's played the least amount of time among all of the starters at 71 at bats. And it seems like either Jason Oliver, the sophomore, we'll get into him, or Hogan Denny, another freshman, have been taking his position there. But he's been having a good freshman season. They could probably build onto it going into next year. But we still have a little bit more left that he can do. Andrew Wiggins, not the player that's on the Miami Heat right now. Is he on the Heat? He's on the Heat now because he got traded for Jimmy Butler. Yeah, not the guy in Miami. Plays right field, sophomore, 267 batting average, 101 at bats, 29 runs on 27 hits. That's the first time I've seen that. I'm gonna make sure that stat's right, but it may be 27 runs and 29 hits. Could very easily be that. But 29 runs, 27 hits, three home runs, 20 RBIs, 436 slugging percentage, 26 walks, 26 strikeouts, and 449 on base percentage, as well as five stolen bases. And I mean, it just with Wiggins, he's been probably the um, weakest link in that outfield on offense. But that's not saying it's a bad season for him. It's still a good season. Yeah, it is 29 runs with 27 hits. That's what it says on here. And the 26s are right. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, that doesn't mathematically make sense, but that could be correct. But Wiggins, I think he's had a good season offensively. Um, and hopefully he could continue it for the end of the season. He didn't play this last game, and that's one thing I've noticed that a lot of like they like to go into their depth a lot and play a lot of dudes. And the last of the main starting nine is Jake Stradler, catcher, redshirt senior, the oldest member of this starting group. 254 batting average, 71 at bats, 17 runs on 18 hits, one home run, and eight RBIs, 366 slugging percentage, 17 walks on seven strikeouts, which is top five in the country, not in the country, in the Big Ten, and a 436 on base percentage with no stolen bases. The low strikeout number is what I'm really excited, really happy about, because he's not getting punched out a lot in the Big Ten. If he can get that hit the batting average up, he could have been really a lot better this year. But we're also doing so well hitting wise. Now going into the bench, starting out designated hitter Hogan Denny, who's been going in and out for Joey B. A 293 batting average on 75 at bats. Joey B's at 80, so they've been actually pretty even. 20 runs on 22 hits, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs, a 533 slugging percentage. Really good. I think that's fifth on the team. One walk on and two strikeouts, and a 429 on base percentage with no stolen bases. And I don't think he counts for the strikeouts list. I think he doesn't have games played. The games played. That's why he isn't in the top 10 there. TJ Schulier, catcher, the sophomore, 274 batting average, 62 at bats, 11 runs on 17 hits, 1 home run and 12 RBIs, a 355 slugging percentage, 6 walks and 12 strikeouts, and a 338 on base percentage, and with no steals. And Schulier, young guy, is gonna be probably developed more as the as his years go on. Hopefully, getting a lot of those numbers up next year at catcher because he's probably going to come in for Stradler. And Stradler only had 71 at bats, and Schiller's at 62, so he's been getting some playing time there. Then, last but not least, Jason Oliver, who's been more of a pinch hitter this year. The sophomore has a 164 batting average, not great at all. That's probably why he's been doing the pinch hitting. 73 at bats, 7 runs, 12 hits, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, a 301 slugging percentage, 13 walks and 17 strikeouts, and a 287 on base percentage with one stolen base. Definitely a bad, or not a great year at all offensively for Oliver. And hopefully he gets more improved because he's still young. He's only a sophomore, so he still has a couple more years to get better and better to be where a lot of people think he can be. And now on to the defense. Mainly the pitching, but we'll start with the fielding percentage for everybody. So Devin Taylor has a fielding percentage of 969 and only has 2 errors with 59 pop outs. Jake Hanley does not has no errors, which is what you want to see. Corbin Dickerson is at a 977 with and Hanley's had 267 pop outs or punch outs, which means he's just getting the ball 267 times, hasn't dropped any of them. Um, Corbin Dickerson is at a 977 with 83 punch outs and 2 errors with 1 assist. Taylor has 3 and Hanley has 18. Coop has is at a 20 pop out punch outs with 61 assists and is a with only 3 errors. So it's a 964 fielding percentage. Joey B is the designated hitter, so he doesn't count. Um, Will Moore is at a 909 with 15 punchouts and 35 assists with 5 errors. Tyler Cerny's at a 902 with 43 punchouts, 77 assists, and 13 errors, which is the most on the team. Andrew Wiggins, 52 punchouts, three assists, and only one error for a 982 fielding percentage. And Jake Stradler, 183 punchouts, 11 assists, and 5 errors for a 975 fielding percentage. And on the depth, Hogan Denny, 25 punchouts, 2 assists, no errors for a 1,000. And then TJ Schulier, 128 punchouts, 13 assists, and 3 errors for 979. And then Jason Oliver, 32 punchouts, 40 assists, and 4 errors for 947. And the team has 43 errors, 296 assists, and 936 punchouts for a 966 fielding percentage as a team. And I think that is good. And like the average fielding percentage is in the high 900s in the MLB. And in college, it's around it's close. It's like it's really good because a 970 is considered excellent. So having a 966 is good, really good. So it hasn't been the back end of this defense has been the problem. It's kind of been the mound. But we're going to start out with something positive. Cole Gilly, the redshirt senior starting pitcher. We'll go with starting pitchers, then the main relief pitchers. And I went with pitchers with double-digit appearances on the season. Double-digit and over 20 innings pitched. Double-digit appearances and over 20 innings pitched. That's what I went for this. And Gilly is probably a top five pitcher in this conference and is probably in consideration for pitcher of the year. A 3.02 ERA, which is top five, tied for the most in wins with seven, 11 appearances, 41.2 innings pitched, 29 hits, which is top five, 18 runs allowed, which is top 10, five home runs allowed, nine walks, which is top five, and 55 strikeouts, which is top five. And then opponent average, batting average is 186, which is also top five. But once you get past him, it's kind of rough. But Gilly has been fantastic, and he has not been the issue. Gavin Gavin Seabold, the other redshirt senior starting pitcher, he's had a really, really rough season to say the least. An ERA of 8.61. Only two wins in 11 appearances, 38.2 innings pitched, 47 hits on 30 and 39 runs allowed. 39 runs is the most allowed in the Big Ten. Five home runs, 20 walks, 28 strikeouts, and a 296 opponent average. Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been great for Seabold. And hopefully he can turn it around somewhat because we need some because we can't have Gilly pitch every game because he's not going to be great the rest of the season if he pitches every game. Ben Grable has been decent, a 4.31 ERA with three wins and 10 appearances and 31.1 innings pitched, 33 hits allowed, 16 runs allowed, um, four home runs, 12 walks, 31 strikeouts, and a 268 ERA, opponent average. It's been a good season for Grable. Nothing too fantastic. Um, just gotta just be better support for Gilly. Ryan Kraft, the first relief pitcher of the senior, he's been here the longest. A 4.2 ERA, no wins, 13 appearances, 30 innings pitched, mainly in relief because he's only credited for one game. 30 innings pitched, 31 hits, 15 runs, six home runs, 10 walks, and 32 strikeouts, and 263 opponent average. And it's just, it's average. It's decent. It's nothing fantastic. And then Pete Haas and Grant Holderfield, the last two relief pitchers, are both redshirt juniors. Haas, 4.54, 4.56 ERA, one win, 14 appearances, the most on the team, 25.2 innings pitched, 27 hits, 21 runs, four home runs, 13 walks, 29 strikeouts, and a 267 ERA. Probably the best of the main relief pitchers, because like of the relief guys, probably the lowest ERA is Drew Burr, but I haven't really talked about it because he only has seven appearances and 19 innings pitched, but he's had a good season. Jacob Vogel at a 3. Deron Swanson at a 365, and that there's four guys on this staff that are under a 4 ERA. And it just gets worse and worse and worse from there. Like three guys in the with double digit ERAs. We have four guys with a 7 ERA. But then Holderfield, a 5.48 ERA, two wins, 13 appearances, 21.1 innings pitched, 25 hits, 15 runs, one home run, 10 walks, 21 strikeouts, and a 2.87 ERA. Like, just of the guys that are in relief, you got three that are probably good, but 19, 6, and 12 innings pitched from each of them. So, like, they haven't been getting enough playing time to really see if they're good. Because yeah, just like under four, you got four guys. 4 to 5, four guys with 4 ERA. One with a 5 with an about 5 to 6. Four with a 7. Nope, nobody with a 6 to 7, but a 7 to 8, there's four. 8 to 9, there's three. One that's a 9, and three that are in double digits. It's just it's not good. It's not a good pitching staff. And that has been the concern with this team. Looking into season milestones, the one I could really find, Devin Taylor hit 200 career hits on April 11th, and he's been climbing up those hits, home runs, and RBI leaderboards. He's probably the best modern hitter since Schwarber, pure hitter, just since Schwarber. I may be gassing him up a little bit too much, but that's just what I think. That's just my opinion. Devin Taylor's been really good in his 3 years at Indiana. He's probably going to leave for the league next year. It's going to suck. But they still have some games left. They have 18 games left in the season, 12 in conference, 6 out of conference. In the 12 in conference, you have a series against Maryland, Iowa, Purdue, and Michigan. I believe Purdue is at home on the road, and I think Iowa's on the road as well. And they have 6 out of conference. Ball State, Evansville, Abilene Christian, and Cincinnati. I know the Evansville one's on the road, and I think Abilene Christian's also on the road. So they have some opportunities to get some more wins and get into the solidify their spot in the Big Ten tournament to try to get in the NCAA tournament. But they're not in a great spot. They got to shore up their defense. They got to shore up their pitching staff. Because a 5.71 ERA is not going to cut it if you want to make the tournament. And that's what this team thought they could be. But now it's just something a little bit more positive. IU softball. They're probably pretty similar to IU baseball, but less extreme. On the less extremes. IU softball's 28 and 12, 7 to 7 conference play, which is ninth. And there are 12 teams in softball that go to the Big Ten tournament. So they're in, but it's close. Team stats. Offensively, 397 hits, which is fourth. 328 runs, which is fifth. Batting average is 384, which is first in the nation and the conference. And first in the nation in the conference and on base percentage at 472. I think they're also first in the nation and conference in doubles as well. Doubles per game. A 637 slugging percentage, which is third. An OPS of 1.109, which is second. 51 home runs, which is seventh. 290 RBIs, which is fifth. And 149 walks, which is fourth. And 136 strikeouts, which is second. Defensively, they have a 4.26 ERA, which is 10th. 188 strikeouts, which is tied for 8th. 142 walks, which is 15th. 253 hits, which is 8th. 173 runs, which is 8th. 145 earned runs, which is also 8th. 35 home runs, which is 11th. A batting average 265, which you may guess it, is 8th. and a whip of 166, which is 13th. And it's a lot of the same things with baseball and softball, where the offense is great, defense needs a lot of work before if they want to really compete. So going into the offense, you have Brianna Copeland, who is basically is the do-it-all Otani type, where she is the pitcher as well as the leadoff hitter. Batting average of 339 with 121 at bats, 47 runs, which is in the top 10, 41 hits, 12 home runs, 38 RBIs, a slugging percentage of 711, 25 walks, which is tied for ninth in the top 10. Strikeouts was the 13, a 464 on base percentage. I just want to make sure of everything. Yeah, make sure my stats are right. And then she also had 12 stolen bases, which is second on the team. The issue becomes whenever she's in the batter's box, she's fantastic. So when she gets in the circle, there's been a lot of issues. A 4.96 ERA, 12 wins on 30 appearances, 101.2 innings pitched, which is in the top 10, but 116 hits allowed, 86 runs allowed, 16 home runs, 82 walks allowed, 117 strikeouts, which is in the top 10, and opponent pose an average of 280. And it's been a rough season on in the circle for Bree. I think she can get out of this funk for the tournament. It's just I have concerns. But if she can control it a little bit and get a lot more easy stuff to her teammates behind her, I think she'll be fine. Up next is the best hitter in the team and maybe even the best hitter in the conference. Taylor Minnick in left field. The senior is averaging a 513 batting average, which is number one in the Big Ten. 115 at bats, 50 runs, which is top five, as well as 59 hits, which is top five. 12 home runs, top 10 in RBIs at 49. A slugging percentage of 1.107, which is, well, yeah, it's top five. It's ridiculous. 25 walks, which is tied with Copeland, and 13 strikeouts with a 615 on base percentage, which is number one in the conference, as well as 8 stolen bases. And Taylor Minnick has probably had the best season she could have at the right time. I think she is in contention for Player of the Year. And Minnick has had 62 punchouts, 4 assists, and 2 errors for a fielding percentage of 971. So she has been good at both sides of the field. She hasn't made many mistakes, and she has been fantastic. Avery Parker, the junior catcher, has have an batting average of 431, 123 at bats, 29 runs, 53 hits, 10 home runs, 50 RBIs, which is top five, and the batting average is top 10 as well. Forgot to mention that. 431. A slugging percentage of 772, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 493 on base percentage, and 4 stolen bases. And it's been a good season for Parker. Getting the starting catcher and also kind of mentoring Sydney Burko. I believe she's also a catcher. But yeah, I think she's just had a that was wrong, completely wrong. It was Josie Bird. What am I talking about? I'm going crazy. I'm sorry. I made a terrible mistake. But Parker just mentoring Josie Bird in catching whenever she needs to be a catcher, because Josie Bird does a lot of first base duties whenever Copeland's on the mound. I think I think she's been really good. Kinsley Mitchell in right field, a senior, a 412 batting average, 102 at bats, 20 runs on 42 hits, two home runs, 32 RBIs, a 598 slugging percentage, 23 walks and 14 strikeouts, and a 504 on base percentage with no stolen bases. And Mitchell in her senior season is having, I'll take a 400 batting average with 20 runs. I'll take that any day of the week. Nearly 600 slugging percentage, over half the time getting on base. You like to see that. Nothing too special. For fielding percentage for both Parker and Mitchell. Parker has 162 punch outs with 17 assists and two errors for a 989. And Mitchell's had 29 punch outs, zero assists, and one error for a 967. And also forgot to mention Brianna Copeland, 167 punch outs, 16 assists, and one error for a 992 because Copeland does go on first base sometimes whenever she's not out in the circle. Next up is Allie Van Brandt, the sophomore on second base. Has a 389 batting average, 113 at bats, 32 runs on 45 hits, two home runs, and 20 RBIs with a 540 slugging percentage, 13 walks and 13 strikeouts, and a 489 on base percentage with five stolen bases. The do it all utility Swiss Army knife. Van Brandt's been pretty good. I know she got more hits to get that above 400, but we've had the best batting average in the entire country, so I'm not going to complain. Van Brandt's been pretty awesome. Again, being able to get home runs now instead of everyone scooting up on her like last year. And it's been a good, I'd say it's been a good season for Van Brandt. Defensively, Van Brandt has 53 punchouts, 48 assists, and 11 errors, which is most on the team, at a 902. So 902 fielding percentage is not great. Would like to see that a lot better. And then next up is Melania Wilkerson at center field. The redshirt junior has a 338 average with 133 at bats, which has led the team. 38 runs, 45 hits, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs, a 609 slugging percentage, 15 walks, 13 strikeouts, a 404 on base percentage, and 18 stolen bases, which leads the team and is top 10 in the Big Ten. And defensively, Wilkerson Wilkinson has 40 punch outs, one assist, and one error for a 976 fielding percentage. And I think she's had a really solid year this year. It's been solid, been very good on the steals. Could do a little better at batting average, but I'm not going to really complain much. 6 home runs is good. And it's kind of what you want in that sixth spot. Madeline Strader on third base, the first, the only freshman really in that starting lineup group. A 439 batting average, which is top 10 in the nation. It's second on the team. 82 at bats, 31 runs on 36 hits. No home runs yet. 9 RBIs, a 537 slugging percentage, 9 walks and 10 strikeouts, a 500 on base percentage, and 4 stolen bases. Defensively, Strader has 46 punchouts and 60 assists on only 10 errors for a 912 fielding percentage. His second errors is second on the team. Kind of wish she'd get that fielding percentage up, but she's also a freshman, so she can get that out. And going from third to first a lot of times is you're bound to make some errors. So I'm not going to get too upset. And then coming up in the eighth spot is Alex Cooper. The shortstop, sophomore, has a 340 batting average, 97 at bats, 28 runs, 33 hits, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs, a 526 slugging percentage, 16 walks, 30 strikeouts, a 431 on base percentage, and 7 stolen bases. The 7 stolen bases is fourth on the team, and Coop has been pretty good as a sophomore. In that eight spot, it's kind of hard to really do much, but she's been doing pretty good. I think she can get consistently better, and she's only a sophomore, so you like to see that. You like to see just good development there, and being able to be like with Allie Van Brandt, I think that's pretty good for her development as well because Van Brandt's been a great Swiss Army knife defensively for Cooper. 46 punch outs, 79 assists, and 8 errors for a 940 field percentage. You'd like to see that get better. Hopefully, we can get like as many next year, get as high, as a ton of 950s. And then last but not least, Josie Bird on first base. The freshman has a 250 batting average, a 32 at bats, 6 runs, 8 hits, 9 home runs, 14 RBIs, a slugging percentage of 438, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and an on base percentage of 351 and 1 stolen base. For freshman season, that's pretty all right. And it's pretty all right. Like there's nothing much you can really get her on just because she's sorry, words are hard, but I'm trying to make sure that everything looks right. Because like with the freshmen, because like IU softball is very similar to IU women's basketball, where you don't play many players, a lot of depth. But Josie's been a lot defensively has been on first base a lot. Josie has 87 punchouts, 4 assists, and 2 errors for a 978 fielding percentage, which at first base is really reliable. And then the main depth piece that I really want to go into is Sydney Burko. She's much more used as a pinch hitter right now, but I think she can be pretty good in the future. She's more of an infielder, but Sydney averages a 260 batting average, 50 at bats, 3 runs on 13 hits, 1 home run, 18 RBIs, a 420 slugging percentage, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 345 on base percentage with no stolen bases. Defensively, Burko has 3 punch outs and 6 assists and no errors for a 1,000 fielding percentage. There's others I could talk about, but they just don't have the batting numbers because above 20, there's only one more. That's Sarah Stone. And for games played and games started, Madeline Strader is the lowest with 38 games played and 37 games started. And Alex Cooper missed 1 game. Everyone else is 40 for 40. So like they are very much let's have it play out offensively, and it's worked for them. For the rest of the girls in the circle, Jasmine Reyes, the freshman, has a 4.05 ERA, 6 wins, 22 appearances, 64 innings pitched, 68 hits, 45 runs, 10 home runs, 32 walks allowed, 31 strikeouts, with a 263 opponent average. And for a freshman, that's pretty good. You take those, something to build upon. And the other freshman pitcher, Janae Berry, 341 ERA, which is the best of the core four, 9 wins, 17 appearances, 51 innings pitched, 51.1 innings pitched, sorry, 43 hits, 27 runs, 4 home runs, 19 walks allowed, 30 strikes, strikeouts, and then an opposing average of 222, which is top 10 in the entire Big Ten. And for a freshman, you like to see that. I think she could be a consistent starting pitcher. And then for Taylor Hess, the junior, in that bullpen, a 3.61 ERA, one win, 12 appearances, 21 innings pitched, 21.1 innings pitched, 26 hits, 15 runs, 5 home runs, and 9 walks allowed. She's been more of the relief relief pitcher. Has had a pretty solid season. Nothing too crazy. And these are the four pitchers that really pitch. Like again, they don't play. They don't go a lot in depth. And overall, just going into the fielding stats for those three, for for Reyes, 3 punch outs, 20 assists, and 3 errors for an 8.85 ERA. No, you're right. Yeah, fielding percentage, not not great. And then Barry has 4 assists and no errors and no real punch outs. And then for Hess, I don't think it's listed for her. I don't think she has any counting stats for fielding. Looking at some milestones, Brianna Copeland broke the record for most career home runs with 41 on April 9th, and Taylor Minnick broke the record for the most career RBIs on April 9th with 154 and counting. And for the end of the season, they've got 9 games left, 8 in conference. Their lone out of conference game is at home against Ball State, but they're at Nebraska, Oregon, and then at Purdue for their Big Ten games before the tournament. They got to get some. They got to get some wins in conference, and Nebraska is going to be a ranked opponent. That's going to be difficult. But that's going to be it for this one. Looking ahead to the rest of this schedule. Um, Hopefully, I can get a video out for the spring game. I can't be there to watch, so I'm going to try to get some help from my friends in the crab band. Give me info, please. I beg you. I need information. I'll shout you out. If you want to hop on, you can hop on. I'll probably be a Sunday thing. But anyways, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, share on all platforms. I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about IU baseball and softball this year?